For the next 48 hours, CEO Charles Sterling didn't sleep. He had his legal teams working around the clock, desperately trying to find a loophole to invalidate the toxic debt liability my offshore hedge fund, Vanguard Archive, now held over his main factory. But in high finance, paper doesn't lie. You either pay the debt by Friday morning, or the keys belong to me. Charles tried to call a secret emergency board meeting to dilute his company's private shares and raise the $500 million, but I already anticipated his move. Using my knowledge of the 2018 financial markets, I had spent the previous evening calling his 3 largest institutional investors, the guys who secretly hated him and bought out their voting rights. When Charles walked into the boardroom, he didn't find allies. He found a wall. By Thursday night, Aegis Global's IPO valuation was already showing cracks in the dark web trading forums. The financial world could smell blood in the water. They knew someone was hunting the apex predator, and Wall Street loves nothing more than a falling giant. The stage was set for Friday morning. Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. The opening bell rang on the stock exchange. Charles Sterling stood on the balcony of the exchange, forcing a fake, trembling smile for the media cameras as his company prepared to launch its public stock. He thought if he could just get the public to buy the shares, he could use their money to pay off my debt. He didn't know I was about to pull the plug. At exactly 9:31 a.m., the anonymous whistleblower report I prepared was delivered simultaneously to the Securities and Exchange Commission and every major financial news outlet. It didn't just expose his debt. It leaked the internal engineering logs proving that Aegis Global's flagship clean energy tech was plagiarized from my father's original patents and that the software carried a catastrophic, unresolved glitch. What followed was a literal bloodbath on the trading floor. Institutional investors panicked, dumping millions of shares within seconds. The stock price didn't just drop, it cratered. It went from $40 a share to $12 in less than 20 minutes. Charles's multi-billion-dollar empire evaporated into thin air before the trading algorithms could even freeze the market. By noon, the trading exchange officially halted all trading on Aegis Global. Charles Sterling was ruined, his net worth was obliterated, his investors were preparing to sue him for billions, and the federal government was opening a criminal fraud investigation into his patent theft. He sat in his empty corner office, staring at the flashing television screens, completely broken by an invisible ghost. An hour later, I walked into the Aegis Global building. The security guards didn't try to stop me this time. The employees looked at me with absolute terror and awe. I walked right into Charles's office, tossed a court-ordered asset forfeiture document onto his desk, and looked out his floor-to-ceiling windows. "Your time is up, Charles," I said softly. "My father's company is finally back in the hands of its rightful heir. Charles Sterling is finished, and my father's name is cleared." But as I opened his private safe, I found a hidden ledger containing a list of 7 other global elites who helped him orchestrate my family's ruin. The war isn't over, it just expanded worldwide. Hit that subscribe button to join the next execution. Welcome back to the Vindictive Archive. The ledger is open, and it's time to liquidate.